Hello and welcome to New Mama Vibes, where today we will be talking about understanding fetal development week by week up to delivery. Pregnancy is a wonderful and exciting journey for expectant parents, and it's important to understand the different stages of fetal development. From the moment of conception to delivery, there are many changes that occur in the developing fetus. In this video, we'll be taking a detailed look at fetal development week by week, up to the moment of birth. During the first 4 weeks of pregnancy, the fertilized egg travels down the fallopian tube and implants in the uterine lining. At this point, the developing fetus is just a tiny cluster of cells called a blastocyst. During this time, the blastocyst begins to divide into 2 layers, the inner cell mass and the outer cell layer. These 2 layers will eventually form the embryo and the placenta. By the end of the 4th week, the embryo is about the size of a poppy seed, and the neural tube, which will eventually form the brain and spinal cord, begins to form. During weeks 5 to 8, the embryo begins to take on a more recognizable form. The arms and legs begin to develop, and the fingers and toes start to form. By the end of the 8th week, the embryo is now considered a fetus, and all of the major organs have formed. The heart is beating, and the fetus is now about the size of a kidney bean. During weeks 9 to 12, the fetus continues to grow and develop rapidly. The fingers and toes are fully formed, and the fetus can move them around. The external genitalia begin to form, although it's still too early to determine the sex of the fetus. By the end of the 12th week, the fetus is about the size of a plum, and the brain continues to develop rapidly. During weeks 13 to 16, the fetus begins to grow hair, and the ears move to their final position. The eyes can now detect light, and the fetus begins to make facial expressions. The digestive system begins to work, and the fetus can swallow amniotic fluid. By the end of the 16th week, the fetus is about the size of an avocado. During weeks 17 to 20, the fetus continues to develop and grow. The mother may begin to feel the fetus move around, which is known as quickening. The fetus can now hear sounds from the outside world, and the skin becomes less transparent as fat deposits begin to form. By the end of the 20th week, the fetus is about the size of a banana. During weeks 21 to 24, the fetus begins to develop a sense of taste, and the lungs start to produce surfactant, which helps them to inflate and deflate properly. The eyes are now fully formed, and the fetus can blink. By the end of the 24th week, the fetus is about the size of an ear of corn and can survive outside the womb with medical assistance. During weeks 25 to 28, the fetus continues to develop and grow rapidly. The brain is now very active, and the fetus may have periods of REM sleep. The eyelids begin to open, and the fetus can now see light and dark. By the end of the 28th week, the fetus is about the size of a cauliflower. During weeks 29 to 32, the fetus continues to gain weight and prepare for birth. The bones begin to harden and the skin becomes less wrinkled, as fat deposits continue to form. The fetus can now regulate its own body temperature and may respond to sounds with movement. By the end of the 32nd week, the fetus is about the size of a squash. During weeks 33 to 36, the fetus continues to develop and prepare for birth. The lungs are now fully developed, and the fetus may practice breathing movements. The head begins to move down into the pelvis as the fetus prepares for delivery. By the end of the 36th week, the fetus is about the size of a honeydew melon. During weeks 37 to 40, the fetus is considered full term and is ready for delivery. The fetus may continue to gain weight and prepare for birth by shedding the vernix caseosa, a protective coating on the skin. The fetus may also pass meconium, the first bowel movement, into the amniotic fluid. The mother may begin to experience signs of labor, such as contractions and a cervical dilation. By the end of the 40th week, the fetus is about the size of a small watermelon and is ready to be born. During delivery, the fetus travels through the birth canal and is born. The process of delivery can take anywhere from a few hours to several days, and the mother may experience a range of sensations, from contractions to pressure to intense pain. During delivery, the healthcare provider may monitor the fetal heart rate and progress of labor to ensure a safe delivery for both the mother and the baby. After birth, the newborn is assessed for overall health and well-being. The healthcare provider may perform a range of tests, including a newborn screening and physical exam, to ensure that the baby is healthy and developing normally. The newborn may also receive vaccinations and other preventative measures to protect against disease. Thanks for watching our video on understanding fetal development week by week up to delivery. We hope you found it informative and helpful. Remember, every pregnancy is unique, and it's important to receive regular prenatal care from a healthcare provider to ensure a healthy pregnancy and delivery. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. And as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more educational content. Thanks for tuning in.